It's even you don't even get into semantics. Don't get into semantics.
The principle.
You can ignite.
Yes, I just led a team of members of parliament to come and give solidarity to our colleague, a member of parliament for Lumezi, Honorable Munir Zulu, who's been in detention since yesterday. As you may be aware, there was an attempt by the police to abduct Honorable Munir Zulu from parliament grounds. And after it failed, we had agreed with the police that for purposes of good order, whenever they would want a member of parliament, they could simply go through the management of parliament and members will be presented. And true to our word, yesterday Honorable Munir Zulu was presented to the police, after which they decided to detain him. He's been charged with a bondable offense of sedition, and he has met all bond conditions. What was expected was that he was going to be released on bond as early as yesterday. But up to now, the police are referring to some authority which is not part of the procedure. They are saying they're waiting for somebody else to comment, even when the law is very clear. So we wish to place it on record that we continue to be disappointed with the manner in which Vakateka Wesuva, President Hakainde Hichilema, is governing this country. Munir Zulu is a citizen, he's a free citizen who can express himself freely. Bamunia ngabalanda ngata musumi nefi alandile Munia tumenya bakuyatalika fili alanda chapwa. It's not necessary kweba tilionse na isaungani police state. Sangwi kwa chalo chankondo. So if le chisika kuli Munia is against his rights. And President Hakainde Hichilema was addressing Parliament, addressing the nation through Parliament per Friday. In his address, he talked about civility. He talked about coexistence. Irimule Tumwanapano, former member of Parliament, once over the panel, we are supposed to be in Parliament debating the President's speech. Chafina ba MP but finished walambo kulanda kulia. But President Batula uteke shwala olondoloka. But Munir is inside. The people of Lumezi want Munir to come and debate. Okay? So members of parliament said, okay, ichalo chimwe nyokuti. If you are lelanda wakateka, party civility and coexistence wufi. And to the moment the president was leaving parliament, he instructed the police to abduct Munir. So the reason why members of parliament are here is to show the other citizens. Abe kalachalo kutila, if you are lelanda wakateka, pali ya deba ishe ku parliament, if you are chinkayo. Balef from parliament, why we want to take Munir, so that Munir can no longer speak to the people. Now, countrymen and women, I think what is very important to note is that we are now in a police state. Ba police number efunde. Kapokola kutakushite fintu fili fionse falefwa. Kapokola ngashita decide kwa taulenda wino na taulemoneka wino. Ufuele skipa ya yellow kuikata. And this watch for layer blue. So this is not what President Hakainde Hichilema promised. President Hakainde Hichilema promised to govern this country using the rule of law. Ichibi pisheko. Naba wonfiwa uteko ngba Secretary General. Tabonfila bakateka. But President Gabalanda tumuntu ngomamu ikata kumufinya within 24 hours. IG wale tabonfila bakateka na ngpano no. Ala bachafe ignore completely what balangi pana ngufimo yo. So ukwatisha makamuli chino chalo pali bonse ni IG. IG na chila bonse abantu babuteko amaka. Bantu fi alanda IG efilechitika. If you land Wakateka, whichever president, when somebody is arrested, they'll be released within 48 hours. The IG disregards what the president says. Previously, when the president makes a statement, Inspector General of Police and all other defense chiefs would obey what the president says. Because what the president says is policy. It's only in the new Dawn government, and for the first time in the history of this country, that the IG will be the most powerful person in this land. No. If you are under IG FLH, the law says if you are charged with a bondable offense, the police can decide up to this level, the officer in charge would decide to give you bond. But in this particular case, unless the IG is the law unto himself. So the Zambian people must be told that we are in a police state, and the police will, the police now decide how you should walk, how you should talk, and what you must do. It's very unfortunate, and Zambians, open your eyes, open your ears, and see what is happening to your beloved country. So like I said, I'm here with other leaders from Parliament. Honorable Kampiongo, the PF whip is here. He may wish to address the people.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I think the leader of opposition has said much. Where you see us right now, tufiro kuva munganda mafunde mukulandira kwa bantu tumone votwala puishe nsala yala pona muchalo. So uyu mulumendo wasungire kuno ni MP nishire wa munganda mafunde wa kwatane pwekala nokwa kumusanga chabipire fe baishe mukumutintaisha munganda mafunde icho chishabala chitika popo twapokera obuntungwa muno Zambia. So the parliament is the status has been reduced. We have never had a situation where members of parliament have been harassed right in the precincts of parliament.
It's a police state.
So it's a very unfortunate development. But what is worse is that Munir has been charged with a bondable offense, and he should have been released by now. But unfortunately, he's still in custody, and no one is explaining why they've kept him in that fashion. So we find ourselves in a very difficult situation. If we tubashite munganda mafunde ino stafino treranda abanesu bali munganda mafunde tufuro kulandira kwa abantu insala ile pona efe tufuro kulandira ifintu ifimitengo abantu bale furo kubike chakula pa table ero nomba tule butauka fima police bantu na police wene sala na baikwati today should have a chapamo. There's no one who's spared. Maybe it's only the Inspector General who is eating properly and he doesn't know what people are going through. So we ask you, Bwana Inspector General, to do the right thing. Let the young man get out of there and take him to court. That's all. That's all. He hasn't killed a person. I mean, what he has done is bondable. So let's not start. In fact, you are just making the president look like he is not a commander-in-chief. Because what he says is supposed to be an instruction to you as Inspector General. You are saying something on Friday. Today you have started. He is asking us to work with him. How are we going to work with him if you people are harassing us? Maybe you don't understand the role we play as members of parliament and why the president is able to even come and engage us one-on-one, asking that we work together. How do we work together? We shall tell him that your men are really frustrating your efforts. That's if it's genuine. Anyway, we may be saying he's saying maybe he goes to issue other instructions which we don't know. So it's very unfortunate, and we find it difficult to believe that speech he was giving on Friday. So we stand with our young man, Munir Zulu, as brave as he is. We have seen him. He's in good spirits as usual, but it's important that the right thing is done. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so as I invite Comrade Afwayam to speak, take note of one thing Honorable Whipper said, which is very important. You were seeing the president engaging each one of us individually and severally after he addressed the nation. He was saying, can we work together? The question that we have for His Excellency the President, with what is happening now, is he sure there is an enabling environment for us to be able to engage government and the opposition with civility? No. What will we be doing engaging on the side when Munir is rotting in prison? Zumani Zimba is rotting somewhere. All our members are all over police cells everywhere. So, Mr. President, if indeed you mean what you say by saying let's work together, let's start by creating an environment where we can coexist. Not what we're getting now. Honorable Kafua, please speak to the people.
Thank you so much, Leader of Opposition. Thank you, Mkwai. Mkwai, ifile chitika mchalo chesu cha Zambia. Fyakutila nganiwebo UPND nangu abapanole kuti wapoka 6.4 million kwachi. Nganiwebo mumbipiri wabapanole tetu imone. So inecho ndomba lyonse mulinganya. Muchalo efile chitikila ba UPND efile chitikila na bonse. Bantu chino echalo techa UPND, chino echalo cha bena Zambia. Munir Zulu na kwa tensa mbwisha kulanda pafya wamfuile. Nishtuleke nga wamfuile chintu kuikala fye. So bakateka tulelomba. Ngati wamfuile chintu leke ntuwebe chalo pakuti chalo cha ishiba. Abantu abesa mkutuwebe fintu vengi. Nga ngufuile chabu fiku isakana fyati hao bakafu abali mibepa itishinka nichi parliament tatuachite dissolve turesa mkuisura third session doku pacha hapa umulandu wakula shana wapeni okay umulandu opo ulituasumina na mumuikata na mumupera no umulandu ichile shupo kumufumia ni chinshi Ushe Munir Zulu pantu februari bushikumwari muikete na buri bushikumwa muikata ninshi tapali noko tabamupingura fona kukoti ninshi takwete nsambu sambu nakwata ba president ngabalela ndapali rule of law kuko nkefunde ukulosha kumuntu wonse nomba pantu niwebo PF pantu niwebo independent wakulumezi uli muchibe chinwe chalo ba president tuwa mission ko tuli bana benu bonse tuwa mission ko chino chalo aba bakapokola bale HTF ebale myumfu shensoni ile lo mwaisa mukulanda ati yo kuli rule of law pa parliament yali ne bushikumulete rule of law bayikati omuntu pa parliament takwaba icho nga mulefu ya abantu batampi okusumina fyonse fyo mulanda ebeni abantu benu bale konke funde nga fyafine mulefu ya ifwe tule konke funde na totara sana
in fact imirimo ya wakapola na ishibikwatini nanomba turela ndati abantu waishire abantu waishire mu chalo mukusenda omukuba godi ku airport paria nendalama badia abaishire nendalama ishindalama mufindeke baisa mukusenda omukuba kwiba omukuba badia kapanga wa mafunde ngomwa chalandira kafanga kwalifyo kulanda yo mkwa ifyo alandire tefyo chip mwana bika mumasewzi bakabola alabadia na nomba lire kwa airport uko bakabola alabambia bale pondo fyali fomafile butuka tulefa bakapokola mule konke milandu ili ngiro kukonka na nomba twafuma kunganda mafunde okuture ipusha okutila bushekwe no buteko wa Muzambia muno nti basumi no mubomfyo kufuma ku France uko wa upana no mwaume munankwe yo baturetere kunwanga ambassador those are the issues we are saying. We as a Christian nation, a sovereign state, are not going to tolerate you government to bring a chap who is very well known homosexual married to a man to become our ambassador muno Mozambique. It won't happen. These are things that we are speaking to. let the young man come and speak for his people. People have got no fertilizer in Lumezi. People need to have inputs to farm. Mamusonga mudia. Bakabola be pompe mushibila nsala. Walia. Nama dollars baya kanana bakapokola basusula. So let's focus on what is important. We, who are people's representatives, are going to stand and we are going to put our necks on the chopping board. We have already been threatened. Thank you very much.
Yeah, as I invite Honorable Fube, I want all of you to know why they would want to keep Munir Zulu a little longer in the police cell.
Yes.
Yes.
There are people who are claiming compensation for being wrongly prosecuted, quote unquote. Baleya kanama 6.4 million chilamuntu abantu bapulile mwifunde bamukaka ikala mwama manzi bale mpela 6.4 million bambi abenebeka balishwa nababekete muri abduction babapela 500,000 kwacha each mulemona uyu balela ndapo French ambassador nice sana upoma ume munanko bamutuma kuno nomba mfweni icho Munir takwata mwenso icho Munir tasunga kebo bale tino kuti Munir ngaisa ku parliament ala akesalanda mulemona so baleti Munir musungeni bantu ili tuleli pila ba UPND kada ama 6.4 million aya kwiba fye mu buteko ama 500,000 aya kwiba fye mu buteko na baba gold so Munir musungeni muri apakutesa alanda mule umfa so we want you the Zambian people to become aware that the levels of corruption under the UPND and presidency. Can you imagine we have a Solicitor General approving payments to cadres of up to 500,000 kwacha per person for allegedly being abducted. Yet the same Attorney General was aware of where these people were and that were not abducted. He's approving compensation of up to 6.4 million kwacha per person, even when he knows that these people were properly prosecuted. They were actually not even acquitted. They are just on a nole. Now, because of this high-level corruption within the UPND, the corruption that is happening in the mining sector, the corruption in the agriculture sector with the fertilizers, and now under Ministry of Justice, under the compensation fund, they are not comfortable that Munir must come back to the house because they think he will highlight these things to the Zambian people. So our call is as many as you are here and beyond, begin to speak to your innocent, for your innocent leaders like Munir Zulu. Munir Zulu is innocent. He is there to save the interests of the Zambian people. He is inside, he is behind bars because he speaks for you. Somebody is uncomfortable and they don't want him to speak. Now we have another one of our MPs.
Abamulanda to America ba European Union na ama embassies ya Mozambique. Hello besa muno. Mwajimwene twali pali buteko bwa PF. Bale imyo tunwana omulomo bale landa twa PF tabaleteka bwino. Nga chakutira chifire chitika fyonse fire chitika mumenso yabo. Ninchi bale bombela pamona ni government ukutira shona ulensambu shabandi. Bantu kwa kwata ba European Union no yewo pilo mwame munankwe waletere wa ku France na bena na besa muno. Nga matumule ba America bali kwa tomulomo sana. Ba European Union bali kwa tesano mulomo. Ba UK bali kwa tesano mulomo. Ninchi PF ya lipenshi batifula. So ninchi besile mkututikisha bena Zambia kumba na kapino mubuteko bulipoko bati wisabona ulensambu shabandi. Chimbi echa mule mwana bala ikatila abantu ikatele ikatelefi nsala nayo kula mchalo so mulando wote bamila fia mwilalo lo japansala mule utukira fia vinanga batu ikatatikire mtu moneko baweka toku insala kabunga kale afe pamuno yo ile afe pamuno ayama kabale wonfyo kuikatama members of parliament batwale mkuikato bunga mtango wa bunga Echa basalile kwena tumutengo wabunga bwele panshi kebale inangala na makakirete watu bakabwesha mufungo bakabwesha na fiwe ushababi bwesha upani kama abantu bakolesa echo ndela ndafye tumane akapina twingilirwa Ngira pinanda natwingilirwa sana wale bombela pamala ba European Union wale bombela pamala ba America wale bombela pamala ba UK bantu abonse tetibeka lefezi elo charona chikasabana musango chikasabana mukwaye batira twamuri sango tatikakusala timpera kana ba godole bela makofe
ngefyo twachilanda ba MP bonse na bafulwano kutila tatwaikale mu parliament landira mulielo munia na mufyengelesha aba ni ba MP bakumufurira bakode noila bamaite mufurira ngabalande pomkwai.
Thank you very much, leader of opposition. What I can say is that it is tikene lelo nangu kwamba mailolo baishireka Munir Munir Zulu na chimpa kushasana ngamwa mfomula ndiba muperi omulumende okwebati yalamashu yala ndilati ba president balesa mu studies of parliament so mwewe na Zambia tampeni kuipekanya kwala bokuvota mulandu ba mupera ati yo wale fulunganya abantu ati bambe okuipekanya okuvota. Number tell me, since when did it become a crime to tell someone that they will be voting? Since when did it become a crime for someone to say prepare anytime bala mieba tukavota? Mushata twisi bati tukavota. We even know the day that we are going to vote in 2026 in August. We know. So when someone comes and says, "Chipadile kwati ba president balisa mku studies of parliament so banini tuambie kuipeka nyokoni." Ichochi ne chapelo mulani. This is very sad. What happened? We have the freedom of expression in this country, enshrined in the constitution. What happened to that freedom of expression? So number 2, kerenga firiamu fiaro fimbi bale ikarepi akwebati, you have the freedom of expression, but you have no freedom after expression. This is what has happened now to our colleague Munir Zulu. After expressing his right according to the constitution, then they have tied him. They have denied him his freedom, which we cannot accept, because this is not about Munir. This is about all of us here. Even us, your members of parliament, we are living in danger, because from here they will start following us. So tuimweno kwa tiyo tuponene pali Munir na ifwebe ene time mweza mungu tupempulati katuishi ne mirandi ife walanda tumulandi mumeno mbate uyu yo. So we are here to give solidarity, and you know, Parliament here is Sarike. Today we have started sitting, and that's what the business here, Makassar. We want to debate the speech the president came to give in Parliament. We were preparing to debate the budget, but now they are distracting us from concentrating over very simple issues that they are accusing Munir of committing. This time we are supposed to be paneling the speech that the president made, which we have a lot of doubts and questions about. But we are here being disturbed. But we can assure them that we are not disturbed. From here we are going back, and we have our own time in Parliament to speak, to tell you, the people of Zambia, what is contained in that speech and what is expected in the budget that is going to come. So we give solidarity to Munir today, because and we are not going to allow them to play us around like that. Vale kwa yo kumuikatila mulu bansalwa parliament pa Friday. Itishia tala chikapo since Zambia yapokera independence in 1964 the charter chistika poko bati member of parliament ali murubanza wa parliament batu bakapolo kusa muikata. That is why we are not safe mwe bantu bakwalesa. Anyone can be found in a situation like this and we will all be shocked. So we need to show that we will not be cowed, we will give solidarity and we are focused on our goal. Thank you very much.
As I went to call Honorable Pavyuma to come and give us his thoughts, Kwali report ya fumine kuliva American State Department. That report was talking about the abuse of human rights, arbitrary arrests of the opposition, the reduced the civic space and political space in Zambia. Your report, Yolo ya fumine, is a very good report that gives a clear account of what is happening in the UPND government. Now that report brings about all the evil, within the UPND government and how they are managing our country. What was sad was that it was released silently. We would have been very happy for the American ambassador to speak to that report and launch that report. So I want to encourage you, countrymen and women, take time to look for this report that was produced by the US Department on the current state of human rights and human rights abuses in Zambia. What is happening to Munir was actually contained in that report. So there are many other citizens. Some of them may not be as well known as Munir Zulu. Abantu besu wali maseuzi wa isula maseuzi chalo chonse. So my appeal to fellow PF members, let's take time. Tombe kula tandala mu maseuzi. Kuli abantu besu who are dying silently in these police cells. Because this is a police state. Abantu be mafia ngakusonta chio ali mpangilo mulandu wa muntu wa mwikata. So an appeal to PF members all over the country. Take time to visit your local police to find out how many of our members are rotting in those police cells. Because the police will not stop at anything. They will arrest innocent citizens in the hope that they will obliterate they obliterate PF as a party. So kanshi mkwai mwebe kala chalo bamayona batata chabulanda lelo ngefya chilanda banandi pano ififile chitika kutila bamila fye kuli fimo mule kyo kumonefi obunga bule nina define kanshi nangula tuleta ndalila Munir mwilala bokula checking pa mtengo wa bunga batule ule nina fye baletila nga bamisunganya bakuti mwilala munefi mtengo ule nina. So kanshi mwebe kala chalo mukwai tuli chapamo twala shingulukila ko pano notie mwenefyo lechika kuntanjiko ko force headquarters twala bwela tuchiri pamo mukwai mkwai